5 reasons why you shouldn't mess with the USA. Shout out to my loyal Patreon supporter for recommending me this video. This one should be insane, guys. So obviously we know the USA has the biggest military, crazy military. Here in Ireland, guys, our military is like 6,000 people. It's the lowest it's ever been. We basically have no military and anybody can mess with us. So, you know, it's a stark contrast to somewhere like the United States that have a massive military. I'm sure that's not the only reason that you shouldn't mess with the USA. I know a lot of people have guns there as well. Not really sure how many guns, but this one should be insane, guys. Make sure to drop a comment down below. Let me know if you guys want to see any of these informational videos. You know, I've done a lot of factual videos like years ago as well. And obviously, like for the past few years, I just react to like random sports, random USA stuff, random Japanese stuff, random Malaysian videos. But I like doing these as well, guys. Kind of get some education at the same time as being entertaining. So drop a comment, let me know your thoughts, and let's get it, guys.
The collapse of the Soviet Union in the early 90s left the United States as the sole superpower in the world, and it's never looked back. In all aspects of the world, the United States is indeed a superpower, especially when it comes to its military might, which is unsurpassable in its strength, technological superiority, operational capabilities, and power projection across the globe.
So the one thing about Russia they have is a superpower when it comes to nuclear bombs. They actually have more nuclear bombs, I think, than America, or at least, you know, that they know of. America might have some hidden ones or some hidden technology, but, you know, they still have massive, you know, nuclear capabilities in Russia, so.
In this video, we'll take a look at the 5 top reasons why you wouldn't want to go against the US military establishment. The United States Air Force is the strongest in the world.
Yeah, it is.
Not only in the number of operational aircraft, but also in technological superiority. The country currently operates a total of over 15,000 military aircraft, combining all the branches of the military service, including the US Navy, US Army, Coast Guard, and the US Marines.
And that's not to mention all these white pills and all these, like, you know, UAPs, unidentified flying objects, UFOs as well, racing around the south, you know, and the east and west coasts of America. A lot of people say that America has a lot of basically, you know, unreported DARPA new technologies that they don't know about, you know, these sort of gravity devices that, you know, you can do anti-gravity and like travel really fast with, you know, beyond normal, you know, combustion engines. So they also have like crazy technology that we don't know about, guys. They have supreme, you know, labs that take money and trillions that go into research into this different stuff. So
as of 2017, the US Air Force alone has a fleet of over 5,300 aircraft, 406 intercontinental ballistic missiles, and 170 military satellites.
That's insane. 5,300 aircraft. That's in Ireland we have 3. No, I think we only have 1. 3 or 1. I mean, what war are we gonna fight here in Ireland? This is ridiculous, guys. I mean, bro, like, the US basically just run the world, guys. This is ridiculous. That is outrageous numbers, guys. 5,300. What?
Greater than any other country in the world.
They spend more in their military than the next 20 countries combined.
The USA has the largest number of stealth aircraft designed to be silent killers and untrackable by the radar defense systems of most countries in the world. Some of these stealth aircraft include air superiority fighters, such as the F-22 Raptor and the F-35 Joint Strike Fighter, heavy bombers, such as the B-2 Spirit. In fact, the United States pioneered this technology in the 1980s with the introduction of the F-117 Nighthawk stealth attack aircraft. Stealth aircraft are designed to avoid detection using a variety of technologies that reduce radar reflection from ground, sea, or air-based radar antennas, thereby reducing its radar cross-section, or RCS. This revolutionary technology allows a 5th-generation aircraft, such as the F-22 Raptor, with a max takeoff weight of 83,500 pounds, to have a radar cross-section of just 0.0001 meters squared, about the size of a bumblebee.
So yeah, you can't see it, guys, because when it's lying flat, when you look at it flat, it's like that. Obviously, when it's like that, you know, you can see it, okay? But when it's lying flat, it's like really hard. If you look at my hand, it's very hard to see my hand when it's like this. Obviously, it's very easy to see it when it's like that. But when it's lying flat, it's like tiny, the aircraft.
What's more insane is that the massive B-2 bomber also has the same radar cross-section as the F-22 Raptor.
What?
Thus, it becomes extremely difficult to track stealth aircraft.
Oh my God.
Even if the enemy spots them on their radar scopes, it's a whole other story to successfully track them and register a missile kill. The whole idea behind this technology is to break the chain in which a conventional surface-to-air missile defense system works. It's the same reason countries like China and Russia are also hard at developing their own stealth fighter, the Chengdu J-20 and the Sukhoi Su-57, respectively. These aircraft will allow the US Air Force to assert its air superiority over any battlefield of the future, and we all know that control of these skies is the biggest decider in any war.
Yeah, air superiority wins wars, you know. Everybody that's been in the military knows that, guys.
The reason why any country going to war with the US military should think twice is because of the strength of the US Navy and its dominance over the world's ocean, especially the Navy's supercarriers. The US Navy currently operates 11 nuclear-powered Nimitz-class supercarriers.
Oh my God, 11 supercarriers.
Which is the largest aircraft carrier fleet in the world.
Jeez.
The only navy that can come close in terms of technological advancement is probably the Royal Navy of the United Kingdom, but they only have 2 operational carriers. The Nimitz class of
and the Royal Navy guys in, you know, the Britain sucks now. I saw them run into one of their own ships accidentally. They can't even navigate anymore. I mean, it's just a joke. The Britain has just turned into a complete laughing stock of the world.
Carriers has a displacement of over 100,000 tons and can carry a complement of up to 70 aircraft. They're literally a floating small town in the ocean with its own airport. The Nimitz-class carriers in themselves are extremely potent offensive weapons, but the way they operate in what is called the carrier strike groups makes these ships even more deadly. A carrier seldom deploys alone. There are always a fleet of surface and underwater assets surrounding them and forming a strike group. These include guided missile cruisers, a destroyer squadron, attack submarines, and other support vessels. Together, they project the power of the carrier and at the center of the group forward towards the enemy. While the carrier...
Yo, imagine seeing all that coming towards you. That's freedom right there. Imagine seeing that fleet of ships coming towards your little country. Oh my God, that country will be, you know, shitting a damn brick, bro. I'd be like, God, what the hell is about to happen?
Group forward towards the enemy.
About to get wiped off the face of the earth.
While the carrier is carrying out its offensive role with the use of its air wing, the other ships are responsible to protect its flanks against any enemy attack. This combination of offensive and defensive strategy makes the US carrier strike group almost impenetrable. The United States Navy maintains 9 such carrier strike groups, 8 of which are based in the United States and 1 that's forward deployed to Japan. For over 50 years, this has been the principal element of US power protection, and the Nimitz class of supercarriers are at the center of it all. Despite this, the US is currently in the process of developing a new class of carriers called the Gerald R. Ford class, intended to replace the Nimitz class ships. This new supercarrier will be even more technologically advanced and is expected to continue US dominance of the oceans well into the late 21st century.
Whoa.
The third reason why you shouldn't fight the US military is their massive stockpile of nuclear and conventional intercontinental ballistic missiles, or ICBMs. The ICBM plays the role of the land leg in the US nuclear triad, along with the Trident submarine-launched ballistic missile SLBM and nuclear warheads carried on long-range strategic bombers.
Bro, this is giving me low-key anxiety. I'm like, am I about to get invaded? What is going on here?
ICBMs are launched from ground-based missile silos, achieving high suborbital spaceflight, approximately 1,000 miles above the surface of the Earth. The body of the missile then separates from the warhead, which re-enters the atmosphere and free falls to the assigned target at hypersonic speeds. The US military currently operates 400 ICBMs from its base in Wyoming, Montana, and North Dakota. The LGM-30G Minuteman III is the only type of ICBM that is currently operational in the US. The Minuteman III family of ICBMs were first developed in the 1960s as a response to the Soviet nuclear threat. Throughout the Cold War and beyond, these missiles have undergone constant modernization. In the last decade alone, the US military has undertaken $7 billion worth of upgrades. The rocket propulsion engines, the propellants used, the guidance system, and even the flight control surfaces have all been refurbished. The upgraded missiles are completely different from its 1960s counterparts, except for the shell. These state-of-the-art improvements and modernization programs have kept the Minuteman III system operational for over 50 years with improved reliability that supports the missile's remarkable 99% alert rate. The latest versions
That's pretty scary.
of the missiles have a range of over 8,000 miles, which is greater than the diameter of the Earth at 7,917.5 miles. They can carry multiple...
So basically you can hit Ireland and wipe Ireland off the map. You could just wipe a whole country off the map with a few of those yokes. Few of them things hitting your, little beach coastal towns will wipe out that beach coastal town along with your flipping granny's house 100 miles away.
330 kiloton nuclear warheads,
Jeez.
which is 20 times greater than the bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Not only
20 times greater. Oh, Lord, stuff like that. We're all finished.
that, each of these warheads can be assigned to different targets independently. The technology is called Multiple Independently Targetable Re-Entry Vehicle, or MIRV, and was first developed for the Minuteman III family of missiles. So any country messing with the United States will have to deal with this awesome arsenal of firepower.
Yeah, no kidding, guys. If you want to mess with the US, you're gonna die, bro.
Which can be launched at a moment's notice. If it weren't the ICBMs or the stealth fighters raining fire down on you, it would be precision-guided munitions, or better known as smart bombs or PGMs instead. This is another big reason why not messing with the US military is a good idea.
So what have we had so far? The US Air Force, the Navy, bombs, and now more rockets and bombs. They have a military-industrial complex in America like nobody's business, guys. It's ridiculous.
All branches of the US military use smart bombs in some forms or the other. These weapon systems are designed to be precise and hit a specific target with maximum efficiency. These bombs are so effective that during the First Gulf War, PGMs comprised only 9% of weapons fired, but accounted for 75% of all successful hits. Since then, for the US military at least, the days of normal artillery shells and unguided bombs are long gone. Nowadays, the military uses PGMs from air, ground, and sea. Precision-guided munitions come in various forms and use different kinds of technologies to achieve precise hits. A large majority of PGMs use the Global Positioning System, or GPS, of satellites to guide their trajectory to target. However, sometimes this becomes a problem, as GPS coverage is not always reliably available everywhere across the globe, or bad weather conditions can hinder operations. Thus, the Office of Naval Research, the Naval Surface Warfare Center, and the Army Research Laboratory have all coordinated to develop the first ever artillery-fired smart munition that will not use GPS guidance. The project is known as Moving Target Artillery Round, or MTAR for short. The MTAR shell can be guided onto stationary as well as moving targets in both land and sea, using a combination of guidance technology. The best part is that these shells can be fired from the existing M777A2 155mm towed howitzer and the M109A7 Paladin Integrated Management self-propelled 155mm artillery systems already in use by the US military. The shells will also feature an extended range of 40 to 60 miles using rocket boosters to propel them. Once finished, it will afford the US military another potent weapon system that outclasses others around the world. Lastly,
that is insane, bro. Like, the rockets and bombs they have are just, off the flipping Richter scale. And they're off the flipping, that scale of the earthquakes as well, seismic scale, because once they hit your country, your whole country's about to rattle. It's going to feel like an 8.7 on the Richter scale, guys.
The fifth and final reason why you shouldn't fight the US military is drones.
Well, first of all, I wasn't planning on fighting the US military. I just wanted to watch a video, but this guy's giving me anxiety, like, oh my god.
All familiar with what an unmanned aerial vehicle or drone is and what it's supposed to do. But in recent years, the usability of UAVs are steadily increasing to encompass all spheres of military operations, and the US military is the pioneering spirit behind it.
They have UAPs. They also have unidentified flying objects, guys, for sure. They got UFOs too, man. They got systems of like gravitational pull that can like cut through the flipping atmosphere like nothing. You can get from here to Tokyo in 3 seconds, you know, because there's no time limit, guys. You know, they have massive technologies that we don't know about, for sure, guys, for sure.
All spheres of military operations, and the US military is the pioneering spirit behind it. At first, used only for surveillance missions, drones were quickly weaponized after the 9/11 attacks and have been extensively used by the US military in the war against terror as an offensive weapon platform. It's forecasted that over the next decades, the US is in line to purchase over 1,000 combat drones of various classifications.
Whoa.
Some of them, like the Lockheed Martin RQ-170 Sentinel and the Boeing MQ-25 Stingray, are already in the final stages of development, and once finished, will provide the US military with state-of-the-art platforms capable of multi-role operations, ranging from attack missions to aerial refueling. Drone technology has reached such heights today that a single UAV can loiter miles above the surface of the Earth for hours, waiting for the target to show its head and sticking with impunity. This capability will allow all the services under the US military to reduce its dependency on manned platforms, thereby reducing the risks during future combat operations. These 5
That is insane, guys. So basically just don't fight the US military or you're gonna die and your country's gonna be wiped off the face of the planet.
Systems make the US military extremely dangerous for any adversary looking to get into a conflict with them. In a conventional warfare setting, it's almost impossible to beat the US military machine.
Pretty much, guys, their war machine, we call it, is impossible to beat. I'm gonna leave it right there, guys. That was insane. I've reacted to a bunch of Destiny videos. Let me know in the comments down below what other videos I should react to. Bro, that was crazy. Smash that subscribe button. Don't mess with America. Please, America, if we ever get into a war, please come save Ireland, because we won't be able to save ourselves. Our military is not even 1.11% of their military, guys. It's ridiculous. I love you all. Stay free, and I'll see you guys in the next one, bro. Peace.